Alright guys, when I started playing Lobotomy Corporation, you all told me that this would be the Dark Souls of manager games. And with a slight nudge from all of you and a massive push from my editor, I jumped into the game. Now that I have 50% germination of the light seed and most of 𝐸𝐸 and 𝐓𝐸𝐻𝐸's missions done, what do I think of the game as a whole? And does it hold up to the lofty title of Dark Souls of anything that you guys gave it earlier in my journey? Well, if you guys have ever thought about playing this game, or just want to see my suffering, then you'll need to see this. Also, before we get too deep into this, if my voice sounds weird in this one, I have had a sore throat for the last 3 days. I can't put off the video any longer. I got to get this out to the editor. So, any inconsistencies in the sound of my voice, that's because of that. Hopefully it doesn't take away from the video from you guys. With that, let's continue. To be honest with you guys, this was my first ever manager game. I had seen and I'd heard of other games. I had seen people play the Fallout Survivor game where it's on your phone, and I'd heard people talk about some other manager survival style games, but never had I tried one before. So honestly, I don't have anything to compare this one to, but so far it has been an interesting experience for me. I mean, when I first started, it was, hey, what's up with this skull dude over here with the cross? And what's this crazy granny? And why did that teddy bear just kill one of my guys? Wait a second, that's reminding me of that SCP thing a little bit. You know, the don't look at me guy or else I'll snap your neck thing. But really quickly into the game, tragedy kind of started to strike because, once I got everyone's favorite Green Man group together, I got a suit of armor. That wasn't so bad. Followed by a nameless fetus. And then, oh god, no. I got Queenie. Good old Queen of Hatred. And every time she escaped, it led to so many problems. So many deaths. So many resets, no weapons to stop her. I barely even had anyone who was able to even handle her if she decided to go off the deep end. I hadn't trained enough for this. You know, my first nugget was great because the first nugget was able to do things like take care of the Black Swan, but she still wasn't strong enough to take care of the Queen of Hatred. Now, of course, yes, I know there are way more powerful abnormalities than Queen of Hatred, but as for hurdles that I had to come by, she was the worst so far. But then we got into the core suppressions. And guys, like seriously, I went in and the first one I was like, okay, what the hell is this? I had no idea what I was doing. And I jumped around and I tried a few different ones and I tried to see which one was the easiest one. So far, I've got the control department, the information department, the training hub, safety, and the command center all taken care of. While some were nuisances due to the fact that, you know, they take away certain things or they make it so that all of the work you did before doesn't matter. Honestly, the command center's one was pretty easy if you think about it. Because when you start to get some of the A-lifts in the basement and you're trying to do the command center and then you get a meltdown, but the meltdown allows for all of the guys up top that you spent so much time working on so they can't get messed with the meltdowns. It makes it so nice when your level 1 weakling guys are the ones you gotta go play with instead of having to worry about the damn silent orchestra escaping. And I thought Queenie was bad, but the fact that I was done gathering all the energy I needed for the command center core suppression, and then all of a sudden the silent orchestra escapes and just blows all my energy in the fucking smithereens. I mean, it's okay. I'm not angry. I'm extremely fucking angry. What the fuck was that? Anyway, okay, it's done. I got the core suppression done. It's good. And that one wasn't even the worst one. All right, guys. The worst one, the one that I had the most trouble with, had nothing to do with the skill required to beat it, had nothing to do with most of what was going on. It was just the fact that it gave me motion sickness. And as you guys all know, that's the information team. Like, yeah, I can't heal if 𝐓𝐡𝐢𝐬's over here doing his thing, or yeah, you know, I have to write down the attacks of whatever's going on and they change. And yeah, it was a bit annoying, but like, honestly, the hardest one for me just to get through was the one that was causing me actual physical discomfort in the real world. So that's been the hardest thing thus far when it comes to core suppressions. I've heard 𝐜𝐨𝐬𝐬 is going to kick my ass, and just seeing the missions to get to it, I kind of agree that you guys are probably not pulling my leg on that one, but we'll see when we get there. Now for basically the biggest hype you've given this game, and the biggest question that was asked in the intro. Would I compare this game to Dark Souls? Okay, when it comes to the difficulty, the amount of times I had to go back and refight a boss when I was fresh into Dark Souls, when Dark Souls first came out, mind you, it was way harder. However, after I'd had time to work, had time to grow as a human being, and I had played Elden Ring and Bloodborne, and then I went back to Dark Souls, and I went to play it. It was just, it was really simple. I know Dark Souls are the hard game. Anyway, when it comes to Lobotomy Corporation being the Dark Souls of management games, it is difficult. It took me about 3 tries to finish most of the core suppressions. And when it comes to bosses in most of the Souls games, if they're very difficult bosses, it takes me probably, well, okay, if we're talking Millennia, the first time I went in there, it took me about 52 times. I'm probably exaggerating a bit there, but when it comes to most Dark Souls bosses, now I'm just talking Dark Souls here, the hardest boss in the game to me was the Capra Demon, and I would say none of the suppressions equal that. It is that dread moment you feel when one of your higher ones, like an Aleph, like the Silent Orchestra, or fucking the Miyazaki's Wet Dream when it comes to the Feet Heart Monster, escape, and then you know there's nothing you can do. You don't have a single nugget strong enough. Hell, I've got one nugget that can do a lot of damage, and he's the sponsor essentially of our Lobotomy Corporation in Zero de Nova, and he's not strong enough to even remotely put a dent in any of their crap before they come at us. So for the Dark Souls of management games, with me not having a lot of experience in management games, I'll give it to it, but I'm not going to go out of my way to play 16 other management games to see if it holds the title properly. It is a difficult game, but I don't think we should compare difficulty to if it's a Dark Souls like, because I mean, there were plenty of games. There's plenty of games that are retro that are more difficult. Hell, Cat Mario is more difficult than Dark Souls. I wouldn't call Cat Mario the Dark Souls of Mario games, you know? But that's just my take on naming everything the Dark Souls of something. Now, let's get to the point that a lot of people actually care about when it comes to Project Moon games. The story. How does it compare to Limbus Company? The story, Lobotomy compared to Limbus Company, it's a bit lacking in comparison. I think it's because the lack of voice acting, and we goof off a little bit. It is a compelling story, though. I am still interested in what's going to happen. I don't really care so much about all of the side characters. You guys have kind of made me fall in love with 𝐓𝐡𝐢𝐬 a little bit. 𝐷 is, you know, okay, but the biggest problem, unlike in Limbus Company, where all of the characters stick around after, you know, and they actually grow more as characters afterwards, the characters in this game just kind of, you suppress them, they've had their character arc, and then they fuck off into oblivion and you never see them again. 𝐷 was interesting. I loved the notebook thing that was going on with her. It was fun. 𝐜𝐨𝐧 was cool there. 𝐷 was okay. Fight back! Fight back! 𝐓𝐡𝐢𝐬𝐬 is highly rememberable because we for some reason play him as a very sad hippie who just kind of wants to, you know, not exist anymore. I get that's his thing, but like how we play the characters on the stream is why they're rememberable. They're not rememberable because of their story so much, which is sad, but, and I do remember most of them, and if I see them, I'm like, hey, I know that character. But like, you guys are have hyped up 𝐓𝐡𝐢𝐬, and for the most part, I'm like, okay, he's an old dude. I haven't got to the end of his story yet, but I've got like 3 more missions, and then I'm done with him too. And I'm just like, I really hope that he pans out. 𝐸𝐨𝐧, I call him 𝐸𝐨𝐧. Just to mess around while I'm on stream. He's a decently cool character. I mean, his I need my coffee to survive kind of thing. We've all been there as adults in the real world. So, you know, good character. The 𝐓𝐡𝐢𝐬 twins, which they're not twins, you know, you got to the end of their story. Have a sad story. It is a good story. The overarching story with Angela, A and B, and Carmen is the one that I'm most interested in. And you see a lot of what is going on in the background in Limbus Company. Like they've hinted at a couple of things here and there that I've actually been able to pull back and look at what's going on within the confines of Lobotomy Corporation, and it is really cool. In fact, like if I hadn't played Lobotomy Corporation, I would have never noticed the Lobotomy Corporation symbol in Kanto 7. So the story is doing good. I haven't felt any high emotions like I do in Limbus Company. I haven't felt any low lows like again I do in Limbus Company, but it's a story in a management game, and as such, it's not bad. Something else that's not bad, guys, please like and subscribe to the channel. We have set a new goal for the channel. I want to beat the size of the town I used to go shopping in when I was a kid, which is 15,554. We hit that goal and I will have an aneurysm because I never thought I would equate to anything larger than, you know, my hometown, let alone a town I used to go shopping in. And that's going to be the video, guys. If you guys, you know, enjoyed it, tell me about it. Tell me in the comments section what you guys think I left out. Again, not feeling the greatest, so if this video came off different, that's probably why. If you guys enjoyed this style of video, let me know. I've been experimenting with some stuff, and we're working on increasing the quality and quantity of videos you guys get each week. We are working on the ring video. After that, we're going to jump into either the sinking or the charge video, both of which were highly requested in the trimmer video. So look forward to that coming out. The only reason we haven't done the ring video yet is because they're about to drop 2 new rings. So we got to wait to see where those go. Anyway, guys, like always, be good to each other. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.